Hi there and welcome back. For those of you who are joining first time, I am Hasid Thanki, the founder of presentation series called Intro to Individual Life Underwriting. Let's review resting ECG or EKG today. Resting ECG is the graphic presentation of electrical activity in the heart. Simple graphic presentation of the electrical activity of the heart. In some literature, you will see EKG, and traditionally and historically, when it all started, the literature referred as EKG, but basically it's the same thing, ECG or EKG, one and the same thing. So, resting ECG, let's make an attempt to understand some of the basic fundamental principles of resting ECG. Let me draw a heart here. This is SA node, this is AV node, there is a fibrous insulation. As we know the anatomy of the heart, atriums, ventricles. Now, graphic presentation of the electrical activity of the heart. So, you may be familiar with the electronic meter that goes like this, and it has a needle here. So before I get into the technical aspect of this, let me say a few things. Resting ECG is something that those who have been underwriting for 10, 20, 30 years, they sometimes find it difficult to digest, difficult to understand. There are lots of books, literature, websites out there. My goal is to help you out to focus on the basic fundamentals or the basic principles that can help you better read, better screen the resting ECG or the EKG that you will see invariably based on your company guidelines and company specifics is a age amount routine requirement, and or invariably when you are ordering medical records either as a routine requirement or as for a cause you are ordering medical records. So you will see resting ECG for a variety of reasons throughout your career. Now, if life underwriting is a job for you, then it's a different story. But for those of you who are out there and feel that this life underwriting is my career, this life underwriting is my profession, and you are really ambitious, you have got to use all the layers of your cerebral cortex to make sure that you understand the fundamentals or the basics of resting ECG. I'll do my best to help you out, but you will have to do your part, follow your training manual, training material, so that you can connect the dot and be on the same page with me. Okay? So with that, let's start. So this is the heart, SA node, AV node, atrial, ventricles. The electrical meter has a needle like this, and that needle has the ink, and it is graphically recorded on the ECG tracing or the ECG paper. Before we get into the complete cardiac cycle, let's try to today focus on the myocyte or the heart tissue. Okay, and then in the following few sessions we will try to capture how the cardiac vectors are formed, how those vectors are turned into the ECG patterns, the waves, segments, intervals, complex. Those are the details that will follow in the following few sessions. So today let's try to, instead of focusing on the complete cardiac cycle, let's focus today on the myocyte. So for the simplification, let's say there is this myocyte, okay? if I take that myocyte and draw like this, this electric meter, there is a needle in the center and we have positives here, we have negatives here. Let's say this myocyte, we have a point A, negative electrodes, point B, positive electrodes. Okay. First and foremost principle of the myocyte, that while resting, myocyte is negative from inside while resting. So let's say if we start the process from point A, okay, and let me back up and say that while resting, the myocyte is negative from within, and as a result, this needle will be neutral. It will be just like that. If there is a positive deflection, then it would move like this. If there is a negative deflection, it would move like that. And it gets eventually recorded on the ECG paper. So the first and foremost principle is this, that myocyte while resting is negative from within. If we stimulate from point A, what happens during the process of depolarization? The sodium goes in, and sodium conduction from cell to cell, that generates positivity. So if we stimulate from point A, and because of the process of a depolarization, the sodium goes in and it generates positivity or the positive electric flow. That's one aspect. Now, if that positive flow is headed towards the positive electrodes, as is the case on this scenario, then it would generate a positive vector. It would have a positive deflection on the ECG tracing. So the needle would move like this. Okay. So that's one of the aspects of myocyte. Another aspect is this, that once the process of depolarization is done, so now we are looking at a situation where the myocyte is completely depolarized. Okay. So there is nothing further as far as the cycle of depolarization goes that can happen within the myocyte. So as a result, nothing further happens and the needle will go back to the neutral position. So that is another aspect that you may want to pay attention to. Now let's say, for example, another aspect, let's say we increase the thickness of these myocytes, okay? And we have a point A negative, point B positive here. And as we now know that myocyte while resting is negative from inside, and through the process of depolarization, sodium goes in and it generates positive electricity, and the positive flow, if headed towards the positive electrodes, it generates positive cardiac vector. But in this case, this myocyte is very thick. So recall the basics or the fundamentals of our heart, atriums and ventricles. So any tissue that if we take from atrium is thin compared to atrium, ventricles are larger, bigger and thicker. So if the myocardium is thick, and as is the case here, we have taken from the ventricle, so it will have a stronger, it will have a stronger, powerful, bigger, because more sodium goes in cardiac vector that will be generated. So it would have the same, assuming other details are same, then it would have the same impact or the same cardiac vector, but because the myocardium is thick here, so it would generate a stronger, bigger, powerful cardiac vector. So another principle that you may want to pay attention to. Again, here also we are stimulating and starting from point A, and the electrical flow goes from point A to point B. So that is another aspect that you want to pay attention to. Now let's say, just to throw some variation here to see that you have really digested and understood the electrical conduction and how it works. Let's say for now, another example, and here what we do, we have another myocyte. This is point A negative, this is point B positive. Okay. Now remember the correlation with the needle, how the needle moves upward, positive deflection or negative deflection. Those are the details that you want to pay attention to. Now let's say that this time, instead of stimulating from point A as we did last couple of times, this time we stimulate from point B. Okay, so now we know that myocyte while resting is negative from within, and during the process of depolarization, the sodium goes in, and cell to cell conduction that happens within the myocytes, that generates positivity. Okay, but because this time we have started from point B, so the positive flow is headed towards the negative electrodes. Okay, so if the positive flow during the process of a depolarization is heading away from the positive electrodes, right? So the vector form would be like this. So positive flow during the process of depolarization is heading away from the positive electrodes. If so, it would generate a negative deflection, a negative cardiac vector. While resting, myocyte is negative from within. During the process of a depolarization, positive electricity that is generated, if that positive flow is headed towards the positive electrodes, it generates positive deflection. If during the depolarization, the myocyte that is negative from within, because the sodium comes in and positive electric flow is generated cell to cell as the sodium kicks in, the positive flow is generated but is headed away from the positive electrodes, so it will have a negative cardiac vector, the negative deflection on the ECG tracer. Okay. Now this is another aspect. Let's take one more aspect or the fundamental of ECG as it relates to how the myocyte works. Once the process of depolarization is done, is complete, as we see here, that let's say here from point A to point B, we stimulated point A, talking about process of a depolarization. Okay, so the myocyte that is negative from within, that generates positive electric flow, cell to cell conduction, and headed towards the positive electrodes. Here at this point, what happens? There is a complete depolarization. So after the depolarization, what happens? The repolarization starts. So in the repolarization, what happens? potassium goes out. And because potassium goes out, as a result, look here, as a result, it will generate the negative electricity. Once the depolarization is complete, then the repolarization starts. In the repolarization, potassium goes out and it generates negative electricity. As a result, what happens, for the simplicity, this is how it goes. All this positive flow or the positive cells, after being fired up, charged up because of the depolarization, right? So one by one, because the potassium goes out as the cycle of repolarization starts, so it generates negative reflection. Okay. Another principle to pay close attention to is this, that once the depolarization is done and once the repolarization starts, during the process of repolarization, as we see here that the negative flow has started because of the repolarization. So negative flow is headed towards the negative electrodes. Okay. If negative flow is headed towards negative electrodes, then again it will generate a positive deflection. And eventually you will learn that that is how the T wave on the ECG will be formed. But one more thing along those lines, one more thing you may want to pay attention to, that as the process of, let's go back and let's review, as the process of depolarization is done, okay, the myocyte that gets depolarized last, okay, that becomes the first myocyte to repolarize. That is another principle that you want to pay attention to. Simple. So while resting, myocyte is negative from inside. During the process of depolarization, sodium comes in, cell to cell conduction happens and it generates positive electricity. If that positive flow is headed towards the positive electrodes, it generates positive deflection, right? And the sodium comes in during the process of depolarization. Now, once the depolarization is complete, then what? The repolarization starts. And as the repolarization starts, the last cell that gets depolarized, myocyte, the myocyte that gets depolarized last, that becomes the first myocyte to repolarize, and that generates negative electricity. And if so is headed towards the negative electrodes, so positive flow headed towards positive electrodes generates positive deflection. Negative flow headed towards the negative electrodes generates positive deflection. Simple. Before we conclude, let me capture one more important aspect of this ECG. You may want to familiarize and pay attention to the fact that there are some myocytes, they have moderate velocity. So let's say this is the myocyte, and let's say this is a tissue of one of the atrium, okay, and it has specialized cells. So when atriums, both the atriums, they have a moderate velocity, as opposed to atriums. If we have to look at the ventricles have unique myocardial tissues, and they are such that they have a rapid velocity. So in atrium, the cells are such that there are small cells, more membranes to cross, so it has a moderate velocity. As opposed to that, in ventricles, we will get into the velocity aspect of myocytes and the complete cardiac cycle in the following sessions to come. But suffice to say at this point that just make a note that when it comes to the velocity, the myocyte in atriums have a moderate velocity. The myocytes in ventricles have a rapid velocity. Okay. So these are the few critical aspects or the basic or the fundamentals of the myocytes. So in this session, we were focusing on the myocytes. Now in the following session, what we will do, we will focus on the complete cardiac cycle. So how the complete cardiac cycle, and in complete cardiac cycle, how the cardiac vectors are formed, how those vectors are eventually translated into the ECG paper, and how that leads to the positive or negative deflection on the ECG tracings, and how those are reflected in terms of P, Q, R, S, T, or the waves or the segments or the complex or the intervals. Those are the details that we will look into as we move forward in this presentation series called Intro to Individual Life Underwriting. So this is the first and foremost session of resting ECG or the EKG, and let's take a break here, go back and read the material again and try to capture the fundamentals of the myocyte and how it works, and it will make more sense to you. If there are any questions, you can always contact me. Okay? Take care. Bye now.